What's going on? It's Outlaw from Team Ape. Just here to do my deck profile. I played Draco for YCS New Jersey. I ended up day 2ing. I lost my very last round in day 2, which knocked me out of top 32, unfortunately. But yeah, the True Draco performed as expected. It was a very clutch last game, so no regrets there. Ended up being because of my misplay that I didn't win the game. But it's fine. Take it with a grain of salt and just preparing for Nats and all these upcoming events. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get into my deck list. Alright, to start off, I'm still playing the Rocky Boy. Of course, the card is just nuts. Stops hand traps. Just makes your plays go by so much easier. When they make the nightmare board, that just stuns the Tri-Gate for a little bit, so you can try to deal with it. Playing 3 Ignis. This card's nuts. I don't know why people are playing it too. I just max out all the Dracos I'm playing just because you see a lot of floodgates, and I'm playing the Erupt version, so you definitely need a monster to go along with that floodgate to turn the monster Erupt on. So same reason why I play Maiden. She recruits small monsters because I always have plenty of spell and trap. The monsters lack often. Obviously, only one of this guy because that's how much they allow because they know he's broken. Trying to keep a leash on this. I don't play Mellotron in the main. I feel like it's only good against the Altergeist matchup. Just make it trap and monster immune, and then you pretty much just run them down with that until they can try to find a way to out it. That'll be it for the monsters. Going into the spells, I have 3 Diagram. Pretty standard. I'm maxing out Terraforming. I don't suggest playing 2. You have to see that card, so I don't know why would anybody play less than 3. 3 Demise also. Common sense stuff. 3 Heritage. 3 Disciples. 3 Duali. Power Desires at 2. 2 is what I found to be a solid number. I don't play Raigeki main or Stormforth, but I will be putting Stormforth in for sure. I have to make a cut. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to fit Stormforth in. Onto the traps. By the way, that's 10 monsters, 20 spells. Moving on to the traps. 3 monsters up. I really don't want to play the extra deck version. I feel like Monster Up is just too good, and it makes breaking the Nightmare board so much easier. Obviously max out the Draco trap cards. I decided to main 2 anti-spell. I wasn't sure how many Sky Striker decks I would see. I ended up seeing a lot, so I'm glad I mained this. I only went first 1 game, or I only won the die roll once. All the YCS. And yeah, so going second, playing the Floodgate deck is pretty rough, but it worked out because I play so many effect negation cards to try to break through the board. Yeah, so if I went first, I'm sure I would have did a ton better, but I only went first once, so that's kind of rough. 2 lose 1 turn. A lot of people don't play this card anymore. They just think it's lackluster because I don't know. The monsters only get negated for a turn. But I feel like this shuts a lot of stuff down, especially when I played against Sky Striker. It would hit the first link monster, so they can't retrieve the engage back from grave. Yes, it still negates link effects for the turn to summon, even though it can't switch them to defense. So it was a pretty solid card. Solemn Judgment in the main. I will be cutting this card for an Imperial Order. 100%. Obviously, I'm an idiot. I was supposed to make that substitution before the YCS, and I just spaced. Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to play this card in the main. It was okay. It was supposed to be an Imperial Order, and it definitely would have changed a lot of things. But yeah, you live and you learn, and obviously I won't, be an idiot next time. So the card of the event was this. There can only be 1 card. If you're unfamiliar with this card and you're playing Draco, I would get really familiar with it. Basically, the opposite of Rivalry, you can only control one of each type. So basically, if you go second, it's because I lost the die roll a lot. This is a card that broke all the nightmare boards. If you go second and they make their nightmare, and all the nightmares are fiends, you flip this, they can only control one fiend monster. So they have to send the other nightmares and it breaks the Trigate. So basically you have to bait out the Trigate, negate with a different trap, and essentially flip this as your chain after the Trigate wastes this negate. Or I paired up mostly with the I did the there can only be one monster up combo. So they would make their nightmare board. I would go second because obviously I lose every die roll and my dice suck. I would flip the there can only be one once. They would get scared of it, try to negate with Trigate. Then I would chain Martis Erupt to negate the Trigate, so it would just wipe their board. And it's and they also stops them from producing more bigger boards because that means they can only have one Goki because they're all the same type. So yeah, this broke a lot of boards. When I played against Trickstar, they couldn't tag out with Candina and Licorice, or because they can't attempt to put a new monster on board if that same type is already on field. I played against Mech Knight. They couldn't summon any more monsters. It was clutch. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. I played it at 3. People had never seen this card when I flipped it on them. So I was extremely happy with the outcome of that. I will be keeping that ratio. But yeah, the only real change is I will be playing Imperial Order and Stormforth. I'm going to find a way to fit them in. I played 45 cards. A little bit more than normal, but it definitely worked out. Going on to the side deck. I feel like you have to play this card. It's just it just tilts the game in your favor so much. I see no reason not to play it. A card that I also decided to try out was Medion. In case you're unfamiliar, when he battles at the end of the battle phase, returns all the opponent's monsters back to their hand. They take 300 for each. This was good. I sided this in a lot of game 3s to bounce and that little chip damage for the time matches. Really helped me take away the W, and also helps break the nightmare boards if you manage to bait out the Trigate negate. Next 3 is Sphere Mode. I think everybody should play this card. It makes nightmare boards easily broken. The card's just nuts. I don't see why you wouldn't play it. Obviously, I played Red Reboot, all the Arctic Ice matchups, and to stop me from getting evenly matched. I would definitely resolve this a lot. And actually, this card, this is the card I misplayed with that knocked me out of the top 32, whatever. He rebooted me, and I forgot I had one face down. So it was my misplay. I had already started searching my deck to set another trap card when I realized that I already had a reboot set to counter his reboot. But, you live and you learn. You make misplays. You're dumb sometimes. But not taking it to heart, really. So just practicing for that. So Soul Drain. I sided this in against Goki whenever I was going first, so they can't activate the graveyard effects. It was pretty clutch. I don't know if I'll still keep it inside. I feel like I should cut it, which I probably will end up doing for something a little bit more useful. Haven't figured out what yet, but still open options. I main deck Metaltron because I didn't really see a need for it. Side deck Metaltron. I didn't see a need for it in main deck. I only felt like it was needed in the Outer matchup, to be honest. And maybe the pure Sky Striker build, just make it immune to spells. So it's just a really hard card to deal with for them. And lastly, I side deck a third anti-spell for when I was going first against Sky Striker, Trickstar, shenanigans, anything other than Goki, really. I sided this in a lot during game 3s when I went first. I pretty much sided in the extra floodgates, whatever. I will be altering the side deck a little bit, though. I think it'll perform better if I just swap out the Medions for some other stuff I'm working on. But yeah, all in all, it was a good event. Made day 2 and just trying to get some practice in before I go to nationals. You might catch me at the ARG coming up before Nats, and also maybe the Tennessee Regional. But yeah, that's it. No real changes. Appreciate it.